bridge, but what you feel about this matchup? Unbiasedly, what you feel about this matchup? You know these dudes very,
me and
very
Shakur
well.
had talked about this before it was actually official. And I'm like, Core, you know this is a fight, right? Core like, nah, bro, I know, bro. You know what I'm saying? So like, we all excited about the fight, bro. Like, we all know it's at stake. Like, we've been knowing Teofimo since we was 12 or 13 years old and amateurs, bro. Like, we all been winning nationals together. Now we're pro.
Things escalated fast when Keyshawn Davis and Teofimo Lopez exchanged words, and there was nothing playful about it. This wasn't banter for cameras. This was tension spilling out in real time. Keyshawn didn't soften his message at all. He warned Teofimo directly that Shakur Stevenson isn't just coming to outbox him. In his view, if Teo gets careless or emotional, Shakur will stop him.
Just don't bite the bullet.
Hey Teo, I never disrespected you, right? I took that as disrespect what you said.
You did?
For sure. They ain't even mention my name when you brought it up.
You know, a lot of times they mix my words up.
I seen the video.
You did?
Plain and simple. What stood out was the confidence behind those words. This wasn't fan talk. This was fighter talk. The kind that comes from being in real gyms, watching real sparring, and understanding what different levels actually look like. Moments like that don't cool fights down. They pour gasoline on them. Once you strip away the shouting and press conference noise, the psychology becomes far more interesting than the volume ever was. Those exchanges weren't random insults. They were tests. Teofimo wasn't trying to win the moment. He was trying to disrupt Shakur Stevenson's mental operating.
You know, hasn't made anything, hasn't made no noise, could say what he wants to say. However, hasn't done the recognition, hasn't won a world title. So who is Keyshawn Davis? These guys want clout. Do you guys not understand this? The moment they all get into the moment, right? The momentum. They feel the IQ
system. That's the real move. Shakur is most dangerous when he's calm, detached, and processing information in real time. He doesn't fight emotionally. He fights analytically. He reads shoulders, foot placement, breathing patterns, and builds the fight like a live algorithm, adjusting without needing adrenaline or momentum. Teofimo, on the other hand, is explosive and creative. But his brilliance usually comes in bursts that still depend on structure. When chaos hits, he looks for a reset. That's why the disrespect mattered.
He's a guy who went out there and he done the things that everybody asked him to do. He beat the Lomachenko, he beat the Josh Taylor, and he ain't really get the credit for it. So when you don't get the credit for it, it feel like your mental kind of go down with some guys. And I think with him, he kind of didn't go about it the right way. He ain't go about it in a way to where it's like, keep waiting your moment, keep pushing, your time is going to come. He felt like his time came and nobody respected it. So I did see the drift in his mental, but I think that's a weakness in his game, to be honest. Come fight night, we coming in there to make sure we come out.
This wasn't ego-driven trash talk. It was a calculated attempt to pull Shakur out of that cold, surgical mode and drag him into reaction. High-level mind games, no doubt. But here's the catch. Shakur doesn't need to win arguments on a stage. He just needs to stay himself. If he bites emotionally, Teofimo's power and athleticism become serious threats. If he stays patient, the bait loses value, and the chaos Teofimo feeds on starts turning against him. This isn't about toughness. It's about mental discipline under pressure. One fighter wants emotion. The other wants calculation. When the plan disappears and the canvas starts moving, the fighter who can create without panic usually controls the night. And just when it feels like the Stevenson-Lopez debate can't get deeper, Timothy Bradley Jr. steps in and lifts the conversation.
See, as Shakur wins the first round, as Shakur wins the second round, slowly, I think Teo is going to eventually start picking it up and start imposing his will.
Right.
And then, you know, it's just going to go from there. That's how I think it's going to go.
That's a fair assessment. That's a fair one. Especially for that to be his brother. I think it's going to be close.
To pure boxing philosophy. Listening to Tim, it's clear this isn't hype. This is someone who hates wasted movement. The way he frames it, Shakur Stevenson doesn't fight in rhythm. He is the rhythm. You move, he adjusts. You hesitate, he takes space. That's Shakur's equalizer. Bradley's comparison lands because it's accurate. Shakur doesn't need to be the fastest or strongest when he's constantly removing options, like closing doors one by one. Teofimo, meanwhile, is creative chaos. Athletic instincts mixed with improvisation, like jazz played mid-fight. That's exciting, but against someone as disciplined as Shakur, improvisation can quickly turn into guesswork. What I respect is that Bradley never disrespects Teofimo. He credits his innovation and danger, then immediately circles back to focus.
How do you fight a good boxer or somebody that makes you not only think, but make you possibly come for them at certain points in the fight?
Honestly, it's a game of patience. I think that you just gotta have patience, and sometimes things don't open up in the first 3 rounds or the first 4 rounds, but them things that may open up in the 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th round. So I think majority of the game is come down to just having patience and being mentally strong enough to withstand the patience game, because good boxers is going to be both patient, and the one that's the most patient is the one who's going to be.
Shakur doesn't drift. He doesn't chase reactions or play to the crowd. He stays locked in, like someone who already studied the test. When Bradley says Shakur takes the air out of fights, that's not criticism. That's a warning. Frustration builds. Athleticism starts working overtime. Mistakes sneak in. Suddenly you're down rounds without knowing when it happened. Bradley's breakdown isn't flashy, but it's precise. And once you see the fight through that lens, it's hard to unsee it. After Timothy, Bradley breaks the fight down like someone circling danger with a flashlight.
Next, man, he steps ahead of his competition, man. You know, whereas I see Shakur, man, on the other hand, he is the rhythm. You know, and what I mean by that is like, he like the wave, you know what I'm saying? He'll come forward and he'll push back. He'll come forward and he'll push back. He is the rhythm, you know? And I feel like, you know, him not being the most athletic fighter, his equalizer is controlling distance. That's his equalizer.
The conversation naturally levels up when Coach Rob steps in. Now we're not talking opinions. We're talking engines and bodies. This is where fans oversimplify things. People hear 5 pounds and shrug, but anyone who's cut weight knows that's the difference between surviving a fight and feeling alive in one. From Rob's perspective, Shakur moving up isn't about chasing power. It's about freeing the machine. Less drain, more snap, sharper legs late. And that's dangerous.
You know, to hurt you, you know, he can sting you. Whereas Shakur is more so like, I would say quick thinker. Very decisive fighter, you know what I mean? With his movements, decisive with, you know, all his movements, everything he does inside the ring. There's always, like, again, he ain't got the athleticism, he ain't got that explosiveness like Teofimo Lopez got, man. He ain't got that, you know. But what the thing is that Shakur, he knows how to follow a plan, man. He does. And I think that's a major difference too in the fight. And he comes in there and he takes away, man, and he takes away whatever you got going on.
What I really like is how Rob keeps it honest. He doesn't disrespect Teofimo at all. He makes it clear Teo is still the freak athlete in the room. Explosive, twitchy, dangerous from strange angles. But then he says the quiet part out loud. Athleticism only matters if you're landing it. Against someone who controls range like Shakur, wasted explosions turn into cardio problems fast. Rob frames this fight as efficiency versus ignition. Teofimo is fire, sudden sparks that change moments. Shakur is electricity, steady, controlled, always on. Shakur's style ages well over 12 rounds, especially when his body isn't drained. Teofimo can make this chaotic or
Shakur can try to stay on the ropes the whole time, or he can utilize his legs and box circles around Teo. We don't know. But definitely with the athleticism edge, I'm going to give it slightly over to Teo. But, you know, not saying that Teo doesn't have a good IQ. I just think Shakur's IQ is very
electric, depending on his choices. And that's the tension. One thrives in calm. The other thrives in discomfort. Late rounds won't just test skills. They'll test decision-making, conditioning, and efficiency. Now it's your turn. When the lights come on and the rounds start slipping away, how do you see this unfolding? Does Teofimo force chaos? Or does Shakur quietly take control and never let it go? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Let's really debate this one. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Bloodline Boxing. See you in the next one.